So I've decided to do for my demonstration speech is since my wife recently gave birth to our second child, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and do a demonstration on how to change a diaper. For all you guys that don't have any kids, pay attention. I've learned a lot on the go, so hopefully you won't make any mistakes that I used to. The first thing you have to do is go ahead and identify if the child needs to be changed. Now, if you hear that the child is making noises, you can assume that he's going number 2 in his pants, he or she is going number 2 in his pants, and that you're going to need to change it. If the diaper is drooping, the poor child's walking around looking like Snoop Dogg because his pants are on the ground, then you need to go ahead and change it. A perfect example is right here. Pants are a little bit lower because all the weight from the urine from the baby is dragging down the diaper and then the pants. So after you've identified if you need to change the child, go ahead and get all your stuff ready before you do anything. Get your wipes, get your new diaper, and get your moisture barrier. This is so the child doesn't get any diaper rash. And if the child does a number 2 in their pants, it also makes it easier to wipe off. So once you have all those, the main important thing, and I don't know how many times I can say this, is to make sure that if you're on an elevated surface, to make sure that you always have one hand on the child, so if he or she decides to roll or move, you always got positive control over them, and they don't hurt themselves by falling and rolling off of like a changing table or something like that. I recommend doing it on the floor on a changing mat, because that way you don't have to worry about anything happening to the child if he or she happens to roll. There's nothing to roll off of. I'm doing it on the bed simply because the webcam that I'm using is built into the computer screen, and it's just too much of a hassle to try to go ahead and move the computer onto the floor. But be that as it may. So always maintain complete control over the child to make sure that he or she doesn't move and roll and accidentally hurt itself if it should fall off the elevated surface that you're working on. So the first thing to do is go ahead and lift up the shirt a little bit, and to go ahead and take down the outer pants if the child has them. If not, then it's easier you don't have to worry about that. Second thing, go ahead and take the 2 tabs and then the feet of the child and lift up a little bit. Don't do one of these where you're lifting it all the way up and you're cutting off the airway. I don't know if you can really see it, but right here, the child is lifted up so far that the airway is being cut off because you got them way up off the ground. All you got to do is just a little bit. Hold the feet, lift up a little bit, take the diaper from the front, and swipe. If it's a female, especially, swipe front to back. You can get most of if it's a number 2, most of the stuff off of the child that way. Then go ahead and take the diaper and put it off to the side. Grab the new diaper, put it underneath the child, like so, and put the child's butt on the diaper. So now you don't have to worry about the child getting any airway problems because you had it held up too high. Next step is to grab, notice I'm still holding on to the child's feet. Grab a baby wipe, and this is why I told you have everything ready and by next to you within an arm's reach, because there's nothing worse than needing a baby wipe and figuring out that, oh, I don't have one around me, so I'm going to have to figure out how to move the kid without getting any of the poop or having the child pee all over the place while I go ahead and take the child with me to get the baby wipes. So, very important to keep everything next to you. So you take the baby wipe and wipe the back like so, and then set the child onto the diaper. Now, with either a new baby wipe or a new section, definitely, I suggest just folding it over and then start to wipe where the joints, where the legs meet the torso. Go ahead and wipe there. Then if it's a male, make sure you get under the the testicles. It's a female. Make sure you're delicate and you get inside all the grooves and crevices that you can see. Lift up the legs one more time. Remember not to cut off the airway. Swipe down, all the way down. Put the used baby wipe on the used diaper. Lastly is the barrier cream. This is especially important so your child doesn't get a diaper rash. And like I said before, for number 2s, it helps them make the stuff come off of the baby's skin easier. So you just go ahead and pop it open, get a little bit on your finger. That'll do you on this one. Lift the child up, get into the crack and around the crack on the box. And then with any excess you have on your finger, just go ahead and wipe it on the inside of the diaper. Now all you have to do is just go ahead and pull the diaper up, flip the switch right there, or the tab I mean, same thing on the other side, get the other tab, you go ahead, pull the shirt down, make sure that it's not too tight that it's cutting off the circulation. Then you go ahead and grab the pants, put the pants back on. A little bit tough on this one. Let's get new bigger pants for this little guy. So you get the pants, pull them up, and voila, all done. Diaper's been changed, baby's happy, I'm happy, and mother's happy. Take all the diapers and everything else, the old diapers, throw them away in the garbage genie or in the trash can. Take the other 2 items, make sure you know where they're at so the next time you have to do it, you aren't looking for it. That's basically it. Now, like I said, the important part is to make sure you have positive control over the child the whole time, especially if you're on an elevated surface. And once again, I don't know if you can see, but if when you're lifting the child's legs up, make sure that you aren't cutting off the circulation by crimping the neck. You don't have to lift up the legs all the way up like that. All you gotta do is just lift it up enough so you can take the diaper down, wipe, and then take the diaper and put it over off to the side. Shouldn't be that high up in the air. When I first started changing diapers, it took me probably about 5 minutes to do it, but after a while, I got good at it, and now I can do it probably in under about a minute and a half, which some people think that's still long, but I think it's pretty good. So that is my demonstration, and I hope to see you all next week for our final speech project. Thank you very much.